All right. Hello, folks. Welcome to a black screen and silence. Right, okay. Hello, folks. Welcome this fine Thursday evening. So, we're going to have a play around with Baldur's Gate 3. That's the plan, anyway. You've twisted my arm, you have, because I was planning on putting my feet up this evening. Anyway, so I've got to go to football. My football game is at 9 o'clock, so I've got probably until about 20 past 8. So we've got just less than 2 hours. We're just going to do a little bit of exploring of the options, see what options are available. We're going to see what the character creation is like, maybe look at some of the origin stories, if there's origin characters. I think there is, apparently. We'll have a look at some of them. And then I kind of want to play, maybe first 10 to 15 minutes or something like that. I kind of want to see where our character fits into the story, how they got to where they are, etc., so that it will help with creating a backstory for the character that I want to create. So hopefully, I don't want to be going too far, Cham, don't worry. So yeah, just want to see if it kind of gives us a feel for what who our character is, where they fit into the story. Are they a random person? Is there a bit of a tale to this character? Because obviously it will influence the backstory that I end up creating. So that's the plan. The reason why it's a black screen is because I haven't played this game at all. This is going to be my first look at everything, the first listen to the music of the menu. Everything is completely new, so I thought we'd all see that together for the first time, hence why it's a black screen. So without further ado, time is of the essence. No flim-flam today, apart from... No, there's no apart froms. We're going to dive in, so I'm going to boot the game up now. Everything should be set up. I just need to add this game to my sources, and then we should be fine. So bear with me, folks. Hopefully this goes well. Setting this up live on camera, no pressure, like, you know what I mean. Okay, I'm clicking on Baldur's Gate 3 icon now. Oh, I get an option. Hang on. I've been directed to the Larian game launcher. I don't really like game launchers. I like my games to start as I press the button. But anyway, I'll let them off. So, yes, the game has... okay, the launcher's identified that I've got another couple of Larian games. I'm not interested in those right now. Baldur's Gate 3, click on play. Hopefully... Oh, I can choose DirectX 11 or Vulkan. Quite similar to Red Dead Redemption. Oh, God. Right, let's get some sound on. Bear with me, folks. I'm going to have to click out of the sound to identify the launcher. No. Identify Baldur's Gate. That should be fine. There we go. Hang on. Are we on? Oh, we're on. Technical issue. No technical issues here. We're in. We're in, folks. Right. Okay. Let me see. Let me read the chat. So I'm not reading. I'm too busy. I'm too excited. I've tried to be as spoiler-free as curiosity would allow me. Be on the lookout for spoilers in chat. Stream snipers could show up. Is that a risk? Yes. Ollie, anybody else? Shelley, please be very, very swift in your actions here. Please. That would be catastrophic to have the game spoiled on day one. I tell you that much. Right. Okay. Just going to get my microphone nice and ready. Yeah, I agree with everything. Who reads this crap? It's probably quite important. Does anybody read this? Of course not. If you read this, you're weird. Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. This adventure contains mature and sensitive subject matter. Ooh, saucy. You can moderate some of this content by toggling the option below. Show nudity? Yes or no? Yes, of course, we want the full experience. I'll put up with the YouTube issues. That's my problem. I want to see everything. Lovely. Oh, Cham, thank you. Oh, small contribution to the window situation. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, it's so much appreciated. Yes, the old roof. The roof situation. Yes, it wasn't the windows, it was the roof. I tried to convince. I tried to put it on the window people, but they didn't have any of it. So yes. Right. So big yes to nudity apparently. Right. Visible, barely visible, visible, clearly visible. That is perfect, as I'm seeing it. No changes. Oh, look at the graphics. Look at that. It's a slightly different Baldur's Gate to how I remember it in BG1. Slightly different. Right, let's see. No music yet, you'll notice. Just the sound of the tweeting birds, the trees, the flapping of the flags. Oh. What was that? Is that Baldur himself? Oh. Oh. The sound of church bells, maybe? I mean, who takes the time to listen to this? Maybe people just want to dive in. Let's just listen. We've got the ships sailing in the background. A very active kind of splash screen. I wouldn't mind this kind of a splash screen as my kind of desktop background. I must say, kind of an active background would be quite nice. Right, it's only turn-based. Okay, that's fair enough. It does slow things down a little bit, but who knows? We'll see how it transpires. We'll see how it transpires. I'm sure we can get through things quite quickly when you get used to stuff. And with it being turn-based, I don't think we ever did this with Divinity, but we certainly did it with Pathfinder to start with. And I'm quite, because it's definitely, it's based on a tabletop kind of system. I will probably be doing quite similar things to the earlier days of Pathfinder to start with, at least, and getting you guys involved in making some of the decisions for other characters in the party. Kind of like a tabletop session, really. So that is the plan, and with it being a pretty turn-based specific game, hopefully that will work quite well. So it'll be quite fun to have a bit of interaction from the chat to help with some of the other characters' decision making. But as for my character, no, it's all mine, baby. All encounters are handcrafted. No trash mobs around every corner slowing you down. Nice. You can zoom. Oh, look at this! All the tails are coming out now. Right, let's not talk about it. Let's experience it. Let's go as we go down a rabbit hole. Ah! What a lovely intro screen. The greens, the lovely water, the beauty is astounding. It's a bit grim. Look at this. Rats running around. This is not bloody Plague Tale. Keep the rats away from me. I kind of like the original Baldur's Gate symbol. Let's listen. Quite like the dramatic music, I must say. Right, so okay, I can be on board with that. I can be on board with that music. It's not quite as tinkly and tinkly and as uplifting as, say, the Divinity Original Sin 2 theme tune, which was fantastic. It's a bit more of a darker theme, it seems here. Very dark theme. We shall see how it transpires. Is this the first game I've ever streamed on launch day? No. I streamed CK3 before launch day. I got the code from Paradox, if you remember. Let me know how the sound volume levels are as well. They should be okay, to be fair, but just let me know. Right, let's go to options, because we'll do the options together. So we'll work our way, we'll see the options, we'll do the options together. Online visibility, not interested. Friends only, that's fine. What are we doing? Autosave, yes. Maximum number of autosaves, 25. Seems like a good number. Maximum number of quick saves, 25. I'm assuming that's like a rolling quick save system. So you'll save 25 individuals and then it'll start to overwrite them. Is that how it works? Anybody that played the alpha thing, pre-releasey job? Because if so, 25 is too many. I'm just conscious of space and clogging up systems and slowing down the game. If it's a rolling autosave system, I'd probably reduce this to 10, to be honest. Maybe 15. 25's too many. 15's more than enough. I say that, but especially with quick save, I tend to quick save quite often. But I've never come across a game where I've had to go back 25 quick saves. It's usually 2 or 3. But we'll go with 15 to be safe. Cross save. This is if you have it on a different computer platform. PC all the way, baby. User options. Show genitals. Yes. Show cinematic nudity. Yes. Share private moments. That seems to be multiplayer based, so we'll leave that off for now. Exploration highlights. Choose whether or not characters are highlighted with an outline and or circle out of combat. Some of that music. Does anybody else get a kind of a Game of Thrones vibe from some of that music? You know, like season 1 Game of Thrones, when the King Robert was coming, you get the kind of the dun 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 kind of music. It kind of got that feel to it, I think. That's what I got from it when I first heard it. Game of Thronesy. Exploration highlights. Right, turn-based highlights. Choose whether or not characters are highlighted with an outline and or circle. So we've got options: circle, highlights, circle and highlights. Probably too many highlights. I think circles will be fine. Tactical view. Ooh. Choose whether or not characters are highlighted with an outline and or circle. When in tactical view, circle is fine. System of measurement, metric or imperial. It depends what they're measuring. Because some measurements I'm happy with metric, other measurements I'm more happy with imperial, such as heights, imperial definitely, weight, stones and pounds, imperial. It depends what, you know, but if we're looking at things like distance, meters is usually fine, just not for height. So, change the system of measurements displayed in tooltips. In tooltips. Well, everybody can be we know what meters are, don't we, and stuff, so we'll try metric first. We'll try, it's mostly distance. Yeah, meters should be fine. It's probably for the combat, I would suggest, in terms of range of spells and things like that, possibly. Karmic dice, what's that? Karmic dice avoid failure or success streaks while keeping the results mostly random. Oh, we don't want any loaded dice situations. No! Completely random dice. Give me my 15 ones in a row. Give me my Pathfinder dice rolls game. I don't want any assistance here. I'm happy to have poor dice rolls without the game saying, you've had 15 rolls of less than 5. Perhaps we'll give you some good ones now. No, no, no. I want completely... You'll have to bear with me because I'm going to football. I have to check my phone with every message in case it's cancelled or in case somebody wants me to pick them up, so I do apologise. So that's, yeah, what a silly system. Is that like pity mode? And there was a little bit of this music that sounded like Divinity Original Sin 2. Just a little snippet of it. You sure you want the dice to be the way they are? Well, Chris, seeing as you are here, that is an issue. Nice, that is an issue, but we'll roll with it. I mean, that's where most of the comedy clips came. That's where a lot of the comedy clips came from last year, was to do with dice rolls from Pathfinder. So we'll have a laugh at least. Yeah, that little bit there, very much Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah, same composer. Could be. Auto-select character after combat. So set which character will be selected when exiting turn-based combat. Avatar. Select your original avatar. Restore. Select the last character you had selected before combat. Keep the character you had selected when combat ended. Does that really matter? I don't think so, but we'll default it to our character. There's a lot. There's not many options. Camera options. Lock mouse to window. No, I need to go across to OBS occasionally. Edge panning. No, because I've not got it locked, so that's not going to work as well. Panning speed. I kind of like edge panning though. I could lock my mouse to the window once I'm happy that I've set everything up on OBS though. There's something about these kind of RPGs that edge scrolling is something that I'm quite on board with. I think we'll try it. We'll try it. Panning speed, that's fine, we'll tweak that. Dynamic combat camera, that looks good. Camera shake in dialogue and game. I'm never a big fan of shaking cameras. We'll try it. If it gets a bit motion sicky for people or it distracts you a little bit, we'll turn it off. Follow flying creatures. Okay, that's good. We'll do that. Twitch integration. No, not using Twitch, I'm afraid. Or I'm not afraid actually. Quite happy not to be. Because I'm a man that's just doesn't change his ways. Right, okay, so there you go. Key binds. My cursor isn't locked yet. Is there a way to... There's no way to apply the settings. There's a back though. Let's go back and see if it saves them. No, still not locked. My cursor's still not locked. There's no save button. Apply options. Lock mouse to window. Maybe it's because we're not on... Maybe it might be an interface issue. A video issue. Maybe we need to set it to full screen rather than maybe borderless window. We'll see. Right, keybinds. Not interested right now. Right, okay. Aspect ratio 60:9. Resolution, full mashings. Refresh rate. It is borderless window. I kind of... Okay. Yeah, I think this is the option here. It needs to be in full screen mode for it to take effect. I kind of like borderless window though. VSync triple buffering. We're going to leave everything default and see how it runs. I kind of like to turn my frame rates down because it'll run at whatever frame rate it can reach. So if it's 144, then it'll run at 144. But I kind of like it to set to, I kind of like to set it to 90 because that frees up a bit of performance. You know, I'm not a performance kind of whore, pardon the French, but you know, I'm not that bothered about having must have 140 frames. 90 is more than ample for me, and you guys can only see 60. So I usually set that up in NVIDIA control panel. So we'll see how it runs like this, and if it needs a bit of a tweak, I'll do it in NVIDIA. We can cap the frames though here. Oh, there we go. You can cap the frames here. Oh, I'll do it here then. We'll cap it at 120. Kind of like my frames in multiples of 30. You know, kind of like that. So we'll go with 120. That's fine there. Right, overall quality, custom, auto detect, model quality. Oh, here we go. High. Ultra's fine there. Animation level of detail high, good. Dynamic crowds, yes, more crowds, more dynamic crowds. I think it's put everything at the highest setting here. Yes, it seems to have done. NVIDIA DLSS, yes, let's have that on balanced, I'd say, is probably best. There we go, a bit of DLSS to help with the performance. Okay, those lovely 120 frames, while still looking pretty dapper. Sharpness fine, anti-aliasing, I don't know. Should we turn that on? Should we turn that on or not? I'll try that one then. NVIDIA's DLAA. I don't know what I'm doing here. Ambient occlusion on. Depth of field circular. Okay. Depth of field quarter denoir. Yes. Quarter denoir is what I always have it on. The famous quarter denoir. God rays on, bloom on, subsurface scattering. Anti-aliasing will shut off DLSS. Oh, there. Oh, so it's one or the other. Oh, we'll use DLSS rather than anti-aliasing then, because I want that on, so that's fine. Okay, that's video done. Audio, everything full. That's good. If things get a bit too mismatched with the sounds, we can turn it up and down, but I think this should be fine. Interface. What's this? Okay. We can play with the control pad, apparently. No, not... Even I have my limits, and control pads have no place. No place in these type of games, if you ask me. North-facing minimap, not... Okay, we'll leave it natural for now. Show pings. Show tutorials, yes. Show subtitles, yes. Show speaker, yes. Show text background. Any preference? I kind of like text backgrounds on. I don't know why. It just makes it a bit clearer. Like some of the text there could be difficult to see, you see, depending on what it's covering. If it's covering like a white surface, for example, whereas the background just helps to make it a bit clearer. I think we'll turn that on for now. Background up. Oh, we can turn down the opacity a bit though, so it's not quite so garish. Maybe about there. Looks good. Text background, yeah. Dialogue text size. I think we'll go with the smallest for now. Overhead text size seems fine. I tend to narrate a lot of stuff anyway, so for even people that are looking on small phone screens like my little Galaxy S9 here that I've had for 5 years. And the battery lasts only 6 hours now. And have I replaced it? No, because I'm a tight person. And if it still works and still rings and still texts, I shall cope with it. I'm trying to get a new one, I think, now. When you go on holiday and you haven't got access to a charger at every turn, it becomes an issue. Oh, my alarm's going off in a minute as well. Turn that off. It's my football alarm. That little bit, dee 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 dee, that was definitely in Divinity 2. In one of the... In fact, I can tell you exactly where that music was. It was in... When you left the prison island and you got to the first outpost, that was... You had to go up a big kind of rope climb or thing, and you got to this big outpost for the first time after you left the prison island. That's where that music played. That similar track. Almost certain. You'll hear that tune everywhere. Oh, really? Because that was one of my favourite pieces of music from that game. Hence why I can remember it so well. With DLSS, you run the game on a lower resolution, and the image is then upscaled with NVIDIA's AI to match your native resolution. Yeah, there again. Dee dee dee. It's the same kind of, you know, melody. Hotbar options. Okay, here we go. Add arrows automatically. Should we add anything automatically to the hotbar? I'm quite anal with hotbars, you see. That I like to do them myself. Yeah, DLSS is a big performance boost. Yeah, it is. It is really big. Like for, say, Red Dead Redemption 2, if you turn that on, you get, if you've got, you get some very nice frames and good quality as well. That was added after its release, actually. It never released with DLSS support, but it came in afterwards. Right. So I'm just debating whether we should be adding stuff automatically or not. I don't think so. I'm a hotbar. I'm anal with hotbars. But we're all anal with our hotbars. If you're a proper, we must be. We're all RPGers here. We must all be anal with hotbar management, inventory management. If this is a proper Baldur's Gate, this should have inventory management nightmares. We should be struggling to carry things. We should be scratching our heads as to where things go. I'm hoping, anyway. A little bit of inventory nightmare. Wouldn't be the same without it, wouldn't it? I can hoard stuff and forget about them. Exactly! What kind of an RPG of mine would it be if I didn't do that? You know, I've got to forget things. You know, potions. Are we ever going to use anything other than a health potion? You bet your bottom dollar we're not. Unless I create an alchemist type character. Maybe I should try to create a character that does everything that I don't usually do in a game. Alchemist. That's a potion master. Knows every potion, how it works, every buff, everything, every healant. You know? Light on as well. Right, so we'll leave hotbar options off for now. If it becomes a chore later on, we can turn things on as we get them. But I think if we pick up an item, I want to put it on my own hotbar. It's all part of the fun. Inventory options always show item stack splitter. Display the stack splitter UI when you start. I'm assuming that there will be a stack splitter button to press. So. This is just whether we need to press the button or not, or double click on it to start separating stacks. It could be handy having it always on, but maybe not. We'll work with what we've got there. Accessibility options. Long press and hold. Enabled to increase the time to activate any press and hold mouse button actions. Show genitals. Show cinematic nudity. Why is that an accessibility issue? Am I being narrow-minded? Why is nudity anything to do with accessibility? Kids. Probably kids, yeah, probably kids. Accessibility for children or minors, you know. Why is nudity accessibility problem? Well, let me just tell you. Camera options, camera shake on. That could be an issue, but we'll see. Auto rotate camera, no. No. Dialogue options, subtitles on, show speaker on, text background. All this stuff we've already set before. It's just all been put into one menu for ease. Right, excellent. We have done the options. I'm quite happy with them. Does that save it? I hate game options where they don't give you the option to apply. I like to apply them so I know they're done. Just Xing out. It's a bit weird. Will the character have a backstory? Yes, my character will have a backstory. Hence why I can't start this game today. If I wasn't planning on having a backstory, I'd create my character today and we'll just crack on. But I kind of want to do that. So I need to create the backstory first, and I need to see a little bit about the game just to see how our character fits in with the story, so that I can feed my backstory in. Can't create a backstory without knowing a little bit about who our character is. So hopefully the game isn't too heavy on providing a backstory for your character so that we can create our own story. But if it's a proper RPG, then they should keep it quite generic, shouldn't they? You would assume that would be some feedback if that was part of the pre-release. Because I would prefer to see quite a generic character that we can craft ourselves. Anyway, without further ado, I'm hovering over it, not to build suspense, but because I'm frightened. This could be the start of many hours of time synced into it. Let's go. Oh. Select your difficulty. Balanced, tactician, explorer. Oh. I wish they would give you a hardcore D&D option. Just give me that. I know where I stand with that. This explorer, tactician stuff. Oh. Well, we're not playing the game right now, so I don't have to pore over it. But in Ode to Divinity, I usually play on balance, so we'll probably play the same. Oh, I have to allow access because Windows Firewall doesn't like the game, apparently. I don't want to talk over stuff really, but what if our character was out shopping in Baldur's Gate and just got wrapped up in all of this? I'll just buy some groceries. Ew. Oh, how delicious. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, is this me? No. Oh. Well, that looks a bit worse than the dentist.
Who are you?
I was out shopping, that's who I was. I was out buying some stuff. And then suddenly I'm having something thrown into my eye by some strange creature. Right, here we go. Enable tutorials. Yeah, allow tutorials. Oh, ho, ho. Who doesn't love a bit of character creation, eh? Oh, I have to change my Steam icon as well. There you go. Same music. Oh. This part is very much Divinity. As you say, same composer. Right, okay. So these are the origin characters. Now, I'm assuming that these origin characters will be companions in the game. I could be wrong. I'm sure I've seen these characters in the snippets that I've seen of the game, so I'm assuming they're companions. Like Divinity, you can be them, and if you're not them, then they become your companions. It must be the same principle, surely. Look at this. It's a bit slow, there's the rotation. Nice, but love the background, love the music. High elf. Right, where do we start? Should we have a look at some of these people? We're gonna play the background introduction to all of the origin characters. So here we go, one at a time. This guy looks quite interesting. Looks like a bit of a joker, like a little bit of a rascal, doesn't he? He might be a very serious character, but I don't know. I'm getting very kind of. It might spoil. You reckon? You reckon it's going to spoil it? A bard, perhaps. Some characters have secrets, pretty cool secrets. Oh, that would be silly. That's a bit silly if they actually spoil their secrets by having you listening to their stories. Okay, I can try one. Oh, I don't want any spoilers though. Oh, now I'm torn. See if you prefer to not know what you hear. Okay. Who looks like a character that we're not going to have in the party at all? The Dark Urge. Very interesting. Like a lizardy type thing. Oh, Dragonborn character. White Ooh. Who doesn't want to be a dragon in an RPG? It's a PC character only background. Oh, so we can play this backstory then, because he's not going to be our. He's not going to be our. What would be a companion? Oh, right. So we can test him out then. Not that it makes a difference, but I just wanted to see what the backstories were. Let's have a look.
My rancid blood whispers to me, kill, kill, and kill again. My ruined body yearns to reap death in this world. And when this foul urge calls, it possesses my whole being. Injured beyond repair. I know nothing besides this. I must resist the dark urge, lest it consume my mind. I must discover who I was and what happened to me before my twitching knife hand writes a tragedy in blood.
Quite a nasty guy then. Okay, well, if you're picking him, you know what you're getting, right? You're getting death and destruction. Oh, such familiar tones at the old character creation there. Okay, so this gives you everything: the race, it gives you the sub race, it gives you the class, the cantrips, and all that kind of stuff. Pretty good. Chaotic evil alignment. Where's that? Where does it say that? I can't see. Right, so what's this? Toggle summary. Oh, there we go. Very good. Right. Okay. Right, where are we going? Custom. Completely custom. Right. So what we're going to do is we're not going to spend. Well, we are going to spend a lot of time here because this is what we're spending our time on. Really, it's the whole purpose of this session. Really, we're not diving in a rush. We're looking at the character creation and the different options and stuff. So. We can randomize. Oh! Red Dragonborn. What is going on? Right, look at that. That's cool. So you get different coloured Dragonborns. This is gonna. Yeah, this is the next hour. This is indeed the next hour. So, let's enjoy it. Now, let's just do a couple more randomizations. This is a drow half-elf that looks very, not gonna mess with her, I tell you. So another randomization. Oh, little deep gnome, look at that. Oh, the deep gnome, that's very good. Like butter wouldn't melt in the mouth. Right, origin custom, race. Right, okay, let's go. We're going to start from scratch. Try to recreate Godan since you're not LPing with him anyway. That's a good idea, actually. Shall we try and create Godan? Once we start to create. Yes, I think that's yeah, let's have a laugh. Let's have a laugh. I can't remember what he looks like, to be honest with you. Trying to remember him from my mug, which my mother broke. And I don't have it anymore. Yes. Right, okay, so we can be an elf. I've never been fond of elves in RPGs, I don't know why. I played a half-elf in Pathfinder, that was just about palatable. I quite liked Elquist in the end. Actually, I really liked Elquist in the end. And I still have my Pathfinder mug, so that's a good sign. It's not been smashed yet. Right, so we've got elves. We know about elves. Does it give you any backstory? Oh, there it goes, backstory. There you go. Gives you a very brief blurb. Gives you the racial features as well, so race... 9 meters per turn, elven weapon training. What does T do? T to inspect. What does T do? Why has it gone all dark? Proficiency. T to inspect. Skill. Ability. Oh, it's like little tooltips. Oh, okay. So what? Oh, so you can press T to lock it in place, and then you can go into the sub-menus if you want ability, strength. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, that's pretty cool. There are sub-races too, so make sure to check out those. Okay, sub-races, very good. We should check those out. Can see in dark vision, and Fey ancestry. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put you to sleep. Oh, this is all the D&D stuff coming in now. This is where we have to start to remember these kind of little nuances. I'm not very good at that. I mean, I'm not bad, to be fair, but... Right, okay, let's have a look at the sub-races of the elves. So we have a High Elf. Gets a Firebolt cantrip. Another good bit of fire throwing. And you've got the Wood Elf as well. So the High Elf is the heirs of mystical Fey Wild. They are predominantly magical. Can manipulate the weave. And Wood Elves, as you can gather, reclusive in the forests. Good with archery and camouflage and just general swiftness. Fleet of foot. An extra 1.5 movement speed. Okay. Safe to assume, folks, that we're not going to be playing as an elf. Just putting it out there. It's very, very unlikely. Oh, Chris, that sounds horrendous. You can change the racial cantrip too. Aha, look at that. We can. We can indeed. Look at that. Selected. And that's the cantrips there. Spells there. Is that what you meant? Class. Oh, we've got classes as well. I'm assuming that some classes might be locked to certain races. Or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll get to the classes later. Alright. So that's your elf. We've got tiefling then. Tiefling with the horns. Look at that. That's a bit out there as well. And tails too. Oh. Yes. Devils of the Nine Hells. Lovely, lovely people. Tieflings face constant suspicion. I can't imagine why. Thankfully, their arcane abilities make them natural survivors. Dark vision, resistant to fire damage. You've got the Asmodeus Tiefling. Produce flame. So basically fire-based. The Archdevil Asmodeus. You've got the Mephistopheles Tiefling. Just more proficient with arcane magic. And they've got the Zariel Tiefling. Empowered with martial strength. And again a bit of flame there. Quite intimidating characters. Okay. Time to get a new mug then with the new character. Oh, only when we finish the game. Never get a mug until you finish the game. It's my motto. Oh, JJ, I feel your pain. I say I feel your pain. It was bad enough waiting an hour and a half. 6 hours is... Oh, painful. Hopefully I can keep you entertained for the next hour. Passable, that's 6. Right, okay, so that's your tiefling. I don't think I'll be a tiefling either. So Drow. The Drow are the Dark Elves in the Underdark. We've seen them in the previous games. I think Viconia in BG2 was a Drow. Ruthless pragmatism. Now, I'm a very pragmatic person at work. Pragmatism is the key. Pragmatism usually is common sense, to be fair. A lot of the times. How about an old Gul'dan who has lost his memory? While the Lolth sworn delight in the goddess's evil tenets, the Seldarine reject her attempt to overthrow the leader of the Elven Pantheon. Right, okay. Drow weapon training. A bit of extra weapons there to use. Superior dark vision. Based in the Underdark, of course. And Fey ancestry there. We've seen that before. Lolth Sworn, raised by Lolth's cult in the city of Menzoberranzan. Baldur's Gate 2. Weren't we in Menzoberranzan in Baldur's Gate 2? Wasn't that the city we went down to? I don't think you're the same type of pragmatic as Drows. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not quite so, but yeah. Seldarine Drow. So what are these anyway? These are corrupt and merciless. They all have got bright red eyes. Yeah, it sounds very familiar. I think that's the city we went to. Seldarine Drow are a bit more amicable, it looks like. The Seldarina, yeah, I would say so. Right. Oh, keep pressing the wrong button. Oh! Humans! Oh, good old friends. I think it's safe to say, or is it safe to say? Do I want to put all my eggs into one basket and say, it's safe to say I'm not going to be human? So, God, I love a good bit of human mage action. The English have arrived. The humans have arrived. The human magi have arrived. Human, most common face in Faerun. Tenacity, creativity, and capacity. Whichever flipping system it is, humans are always the expansionist ones. Oh, those pesky humans get everywhere, don't they? Always conquering people. Those humans. Yes, we do. That's what we do best. As long as you're not a human fighter. Why not a human fighter? What's so bad about a human fighter? Is that like the most common kind of class character type? I'm loving the music. Civil militia. Weapon proficiency with certain weapons. Human versatility. An additional skill to be proficient with. Carrying capacity increased by 1/4. It's quite good. Any subclass for humans? No, of course not. You are a human. I am a human. A human type of human. Right, Githyanki. We have seen Githyanki in Baldur's Gate 2. They were the creatures that were down in the... They were quite close to the Underdark, I think it was. We were kind of under the... Am I thinking of the right people here? The Githyanki, the water-based things. There's no subclasses for these as well. Sub-races, rather. Were these the Githyanki? The Githyanki were the ones that were in the water, right? We went down in the water. We had that whole Githyanki section. Was that Githyanki? Am I getting my races mixed up? Yeah, sorry, Ride the Astral Sea. Yeah, Ride the Astral Sea. The Astral Plane. What were those sea creatures called? They didn't look like this. They must have been something else. I'm getting confused. I think I'm getting confused. Silver swords. I'm sure I'm thinking of the right creatures. Because they had silver swords. I'm going to have to Google this after the session. But when we fell into the water, we ended up in a Githyanki settlement. And we had the whole situation where I think didn't go down kill one of the leaders. They wanted their silver sword back, and then we fell into the ocean. Yeah, it was them, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. That's why I assumed they were water-based, but maybe they're not. But we fell into the water at the time. Yeah, I think it is the same people. Anyway, there you go. Dwarf. We'll save dwarfs for the last because we're going to create a dwarf for the purposes of this play. For the purposes of this session, we're going to create a dwarf. So we'll do them last. Half-elf. Ah, Elquist. Curious, ambitious, and versatile. Touch of elf, long life. Touch of human. Expansionist, boring people. And based on the same kind of... thingy, if it's like some Pathfindery, there's always a bit of an internal conflict with half-elves because they've got a clash of long life of the elf with the shorter life of the human, and as I said in my introduction to Elquist, it often leads to a lot of half-elves going a bit mad. Sawagi, that's them. Sawagin, yes. Well done, Ollie. Thank you. It was so the Githyanki were the ones that were after their weapon back. Yes, but it was all part of the same system. All part of the same chapter. Did they ever get their sword back? Did Godan give them their sword back? I wouldn't have thought so. Anyway, so here's your half-elf. We've got civil militia, similar to humans. Dark vision, similar to elves. Fate ancestry, similar to elves. So they get a bit of a mix of human and elf features, as you would expect. And you've got the high half-elf, which is like a high elf, but a high half-elf. You get the wood half-elf, which is, again, similar to the wood elf, but it's a wood half-elf, and you get the drow half-elf, which is similar to, I'm assuming, the drow elf, but it's a drow half-elf. But we can see a bit more about the... that's quite similar. There's probably going to be a flipping copyright issue with this music. Down by the river, that famous song, like their wood elf parent, these half-elves have a quickened stride and an eye for stealth. I quite like stealth, but not in an RPG though. Drow half-elf. Liaisings between Seldarine drow and surfaces. While half-drow inherited a few magical gifts, they aren't usually raised in the Underdark. Okay. There you go. There's your half-elf. Halfling. There you go. Never been a halfling. It's never a class that appeals to me. Small yet capable, halflings prefer the comforts of home and hearth, but their natural luck and dexterity make them fine adventurers. Would I ever play as a half-elf? Ever? Slower movement speed, because they've got little legs, you see. Lucky, though. When you roll a 1, you can re-roll and must use the new roll. Oh, that's quite good. That's quite good. I played a half-elf. Yes, I played a half-elf, not a halfling. Was I saying half-elf there? I meant halfling. Sorry if I was saying half-elf. Because we just looked at a half-elf. Halfling. Would I ever play as a halfling? Brave. You have the advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Interesting. Sub-halfling. Sub-race for halflings. Lightfoot halfling. Stealthy but social. Travel all over to make a name for themselves. Strong heart halfling. Dwarven blood. Gave strong hearts their hardiness, resistant to poison and wellsprings of endurance. These halflings easily hold their own. I do quite like the whole sense of adventure, kind of social, kind of a diplomatic type character. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a bard. I did toy with the idea of being a bard, but that could be quite interesting. We've got slight dwarven links there, if you wanted to not stray too far from the beaten path of Baldur's Gate. Could have a... This could be Godan's offspring. Near a pop to clogs, because she's only human and lives to 80. Godan lives to 200 and odd as a dwarf. And, you know, has to get a new lover. Takes on a halfling. Halfling, Godan. We get a strong halfling. Could be. Who we could have an offspring of Godan come to the surface. Could be something we can maybe try to play on a little bit, keep a little bit of kind of continuity. I don't know, as I say, I don't know how the character fits into any of the backstory, and if the previous Baal spawn is mentioned, it wouldn't make too much sense, I suppose. But well, we could twist it in somehow. Anyway, there you go. There's your halfling race. We've got gnomes. Whenever I hear gnomes, it always reminds me of World of Warcraft, because there used to be a crap ton of gnomes running around, on my server at least. Crap ton of little gnomes. Gnomes should be smaller than this, surely. Gnomes should be like tiny, about there. Right, gnomes. Small, clever and energetic. They use their long lives to explore Faerun's brightest corners and darkest depths. So another kind of exploratory class. Gnomes tend to be good with engineering type things, I think. Gnome cunning, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, saving throw advantage. Slower movement, of course, again, little leg syndrome. Rock gnomes. Hardiness and affinity for metal. Bit of dark vision there. Forest gnomes. Twice as reclusive as their and smaller. They don't look smaller. They look the same height to me. They master magic and craftsmanship in their distant idyllic groves. Speak with animals. Dark vision. I quite like the thought of a character that's quite reclusive. Make them... It'd be an interesting playthrough if you make your character's quite reclusive and you know, like, oh, was kind of overwhelmed by the big city and people, and, you know, quite introverted rather than, because every main protagonist usually is kind of like, you know, good at charisma and strong, and, whereas maybe having a bit more of a timid character, I don't know how it would work with the options in conversation, but it'd be quite interesting to have a character start off like that, you know, coming fresh from the forest, come to Baldur's Gate for the first time, it's overwhelming, and he's captured by these flipping things, and you're like, flipping, I've been in my forest for however many years, the old, long-living creatures. You know, you've lived in your forest for 70 years, and suddenly you come out for the first time, and look what's happened, I've got a bug put in my flipping eye. I knew I should have stayed in my treehouse. Could be interesting. More guarded than the usual surface cousins, deep gnomes. So these are the deep gnomes, again, down underground, underdark type of gnomes. There is a character in Wrath of the Righteous. He made me see gnomes with different eyes. Since then, I take this race very seriously. Oh. Speaking with animals is always a big plus. Speaking with animals, flash of lightning alert. Big flash of lightning. Which means it's going to rain, which means drippy. It's not good here. Now you probably can't hear it, but thunder is now happening. And the storm is quite close because the lightning flash and the thunder happened about 5 seconds later. Okay, see, my friend, my football colleague friend, football teammate wants to picking up, you see. So, let me just answer this. Sort this out. So I have to finish at about 20 past 8, put my football clothes on, and then zip out, because I'm going to now detour and pick somebody up. Right, okay, sorry about that. So, let's have a look at some of this chat here. I want Godan's granddaughter, Godara. No, yes, the window man came this morning, and it's not their fault. I didn't think it would be. I was kind of chancing my arm, really, more than anything. But he did actually. He was very knowledgeable about. The bay and how bay windows work, because he said that that's fine. He's happy to be picked up. He actually, his previous job before working for the window people was to actually install. He used to repair bay windows, which was rather fortunate. And he pinpointed the issue straight away. He looked out of the window and went, "Oh, there's your problem." I was like, "Oh, look at that big hole there. Yeah, that big gap in the, you know, underneath the guttering, basically, where the angle is on the bay, because it's a 3 bay. It's a big window here, then an angled window that side, and an angled window that side. Where the angles are outside, it's come away, and there's a gap where it should be like that. It's now like that on both angles, so the water's getting in. So he said that's your problem right there. So what you're going to need to do is, because the water's probably been coming in for some time, you're going to have to get a roofer to come and actually look at the roof as well, the flat bit above the bay, because obviously water's been seeping in probably for some time, so it could have caused a great issue. But he said, you know, I know a roofer, I can give you his number. So he did. So we'll see if that roofer's going to quote us a reasonable price. But he said that it shouldn't cost any more than 500 quid to get it fixed. We'll see what happens. But I'm just a bit concerned that if it absolutely hammers it down again, which it could do, it is going to come through again. And then I'm more concerned, actually, not about it dripping, because I've got things put in place to catch the drips. I'm more concerned with the whole thing collapsing under the weight of the water at some point. But anyway, it's my concern to worry about, not yours. Let's carry on. Did Elwyn not make it to Baldur's Gate in the multiverse? We've already failed. Well, we haven't failed on the event schedule because there was no event planned. I cancelled. I was planning to do this, and then yesterday I said in the chat that I wasn't going to do this because of the fact that people could be coming to look at the roof. Nobody has come to look at the roof since yesterday, apart from the Winterman today. Nobody's planning to come today. Nobody's phoned me to say they're coming today. So, and then somebody asked, I think it was Shelley, in the Discord, no stream today. I'm like, no, roof people might be coming, so I cancelled it yesterday. And then I thought to myself after I got asked that question, I think then Cham said something. I was like, oh, shall I? I'm sat here doing nothing. I was only going to do this off camera, so shall I? Go on then. So it wasn't really scheduled, it's more of an impromptu one. The scheduled one is still going ahead on Monday, as is in the schedule. Until I cancel it, because, I don't know, the sky is blue, or... Right, that's your gnomes. Dragonborn. Now this does interest me, but the reason why I probably won't go Dragonborn is because I think it's a little bit... I know it's not the same class, but I played as the Red Prince, who was a lizard in the Divinity Original Sin 2, and although it's not a lizard, it is a dragon, kind of reptile-y, so I think it's a bit too similar for my liking there. So I'm probably, says the man that plays England every single time, and human mages and whatnot, but you know. Yeah, I think we won't go Dragonborn, but very interesting race, certainly. Clan and skills, quite like clan culture. Once enslaved by dragon, they strive to be self-sufficient, not wanting to be beholden, not even to the gods. Now, I'm not very religious, as you probably gathered from all of my playthroughs, apart from maybe a couple where I purposely tried to be more religious. So yeah, no gods is good. I like that. No gods for me, sir. Whoa! Okay, we have got black dragons. Jesus wept. This is obviously all the different dragon types, so it shouldn't be a surprise to any of you D&D experts out there. No ancestral links, but just the charcoal coloration and fizzling acrid breath. Wherever you go, you breathe on people and they turn away in horror. The bad breath of Baldur's Gate could be the nickname of our character. Blue dragons. Okay, so none of them seem to be sharing ancestral links, just taking the colour. Crackling breath of blue dragons. A brass dragon's fiery breath. Bronze dragon, breath of bronze. Copper dragon, copper corrosive breath. Gold dragon. Now, if I was going to be a dragonborn, it would have to be gold. Look at that. Look at that. And you've got some nice hairstyle there, a couple of horns. That's pretty cool, I like that. The blazing breath of gold. Green dragon. Don't like green dragon, no. Putrid breath. Red dragon, burning breath. Red prince. Silver dragon, cold breath. Quite like silver as well. Gold and silver, I mean, come on. What are we saying here? We like the precious metal colours because they're precious metals, better than regular metals, surely, and regular colours. Who doesn't love a good gold and silver pen at school? Who didn't have a gold and silver pen in their pencil case at high school? Hello, Alval, welcome. So yeah, silver dragons looking pretty cool. Cold breath. Resistant to cold damage. So all of these will be resistant to some form of, elemental magic. White dragons could also be pretty cool. have to change the head on that one, but I'm sure they look pretty cool. Frosty breath of white dragons. Breathe little snowflakes at you. Breathe snowflakes for your kids. You know, blowing bubbles. Kids love to play with bubbles. A nice white friendly dragon that blows snowflakes out. Oh, it's snowy. The friendly neighbourhood white dragon. Yes, I like that. Right, very good. Half-orc. A look that only a mother could love. And given it's a half-orc, if you're the human part of that arrangement, even you would probably still say, my child is grotesquely ugly. Right, creatures of intense emotion. Now, I like the sound of intense emotion for a role-played character. It forced me to do intense emotion as well, but that sounds quite fun. 1 minute is happy, next minute is in a bad mood. Why? Because I've just got up the wrong side of bed. Half-orcs are more inclined to act than contemplate. I quite like that. I don't have to think. I don't have to be competent. I just click the option that seems to be best upon first glance. I smack people I don't like. I can be kind if I'm having a good day, but ordinarily I'm not usually having a good day because I look like this. I look in the mirror every day. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, what can I say of me? Whether the rage burning their bodies compels them to fight, or the love filling their hearts inspires acts of incredible kindness. I'm quite liking this. I quite like the thought of kind of a crazy half-orc. You don't know what you're gonna get. You know, could be. As I say, one day is he or she. I don't know if I'm playing female yet. You know, he is the best leaders in sliced bread. Oh yes, have this gold. Shall we go to the tavern for some drinks? I can put on my best orc accent for 200 hours. Be quite cool, a bit of that, you know. And then the next day, can we off to the tavern? No! We're not off to the tavern, you stupid idiot! Things to do. We took the tavern yesterday. So I quite like this, actually. I might have to give some serious thought into this. Dark vision, relentless endurance. You get 1 hit point instead of being downed. Okay, interesting. Savage attacks. If you land a critical hit with a melee weapon, your damage dice are tripled instead of doubled. Was Dawn a half-elk? Half-elk? No, he was a full elk, actually. Was he a half-elf? Half-orc? Hello, Mr. Booty Bandit. Welcome. Yeah, Dawn was a half-orc. Okay, interesting. Okay, half-orc could be a contender for a character from me. As soon as I saw half-orc, you saw my reaction, like, I don't think I would ever play. Hang on a second, let me just, as I was reading the half-orc's kind of temperament, it's quite fun. I think it'd be quite fun to play a character of almost like a Jekyll and Hyde type character. I think I keep saying he's probably going to be male, to be fair. I don't create a lot of females, but you never know. It depends what mood I'm in when I get into my creative flair on Saturday after a few drinks. I'm going to do my character creation on Saturday, but I'm going to bottomless brunch first, so I'm going to come back after bottomless brunch and then start doing this when I've had about 15 cocktails. Anything could happen. No, there's no votes here. There's no votes. This is going to be completely my choice because it's going to be a long playthrough. I want the character to be completely 100% mine in terms of I'm completely happy with it. So yeah, I quite like the Jekyll and Hyde kind of situation. I would be leaning towards the character would have a certain disposition from, you're not going to be completely random. Mainly would be a good guy or mainly would be a bad guy, but does have that kind of tendency to completely mix it up at the drop of a hat. You're expecting him to be the completely same as yours. Oh, yeah, he's going to be, oh, don't want to say that to me, so he's just going to bite my head off. I'm going to have to tell him then. We have to tell him. Oh, I don't know. You know, you tell him whatever you're going to tell him, and he turns out to be, that's fine. No problem. Are you sure you're feeling all right? You don't want to slap me and shout, growl, bare your teeth? Nah, not today. Not today. Today it's a full moon. I'm always in a good mood in a full moon. It could be cool. It could be cool. Right, anyway, that's your half-orc. That's your half-orc character. There's no sub-races with that, which is quite cool, because it's less decisions to make. Right, okay. And then we end on dwarf. Right, alright. Alright, here we are. Familiar territory, because we've had the dwarf in the previous Baldur's Gates. It was the very first time I'd ever played a dwarf. That's a lie. First time was Horston, actually. Second time I've ever played a dwarf. Second time. Durable, we know that. Unyielding, we know that. Fine warriors, we certainly know that. Miners and smiths, oh come on, it's a typical dwarf of every type of fantasy. They're good at, they're strong, they're hardy, they usually like to collect money and stuff, and they're good at mining. It's the same old trope. 9 sheets left. You've got through quite a lot. Don't the 26 or something? You've done very well. Horston Broska. Oh, Taro, good memory, good memory. 29. You've done 20, and that wasn't very long. It took you to do 20. That's a good effort. I don't know what you were doing, but to do 20 of anything is surely a good progression. Right, we have Dwarven combat training. Battle axe. We know them very well. Hand axe, well, not as battly. Light hammer and war hammer. We've seen those two. Dark vision, yes. Dwarven resilience, yes, we know that as well. So dwarf, very good. Subrace, gold dwarf. Confidence and keen intuition. The culture of their deep kingdom values family, ritual, and fine craftsmanship. Subclass features, dwarven toughness. Hit points maximum increased by 1 and increases by 1 every time you gain a level. Shield dwarf. Cynical mindset. Enjoy anything to restore their ancestral homelands. Okay. Bit of a story there behind that, you know. Just always looking to restore ancestral homelands. Is that possible in this game? Probably not. And Durgar, the Dark Dwarves. Yes, we saw these at the start of BG2 in the very first dungeon that we played. In Renicus's dungeon. Once enslaved by the Eldritch Mind Flayers. Kinda fits in very well with the current setting. Durgar adapted to freedom with harsh practicality. Their cold demeanours and gift of stealth are well known throughout the Underdark. Once enslaved, no longer enslaved. Maybe has a dislike of Mind Flayers. Could be something to work with there. But anyway, we'd have to pick one, wouldn't we? Right, so our first decision, because we're going with a dwarf just to have a mess around with here. Let's see if we can recreate Goden for a laugh. Right, so what kind of dwarf would he be? Confidence and keen intuition. Culture of their deep kingdom values family ritual and fine craftsmanship. Great losses in ancient wars against goblins also. These also adopt a cynical mindset, but they will endure anything to restore their ancestral homelands. I don't think he fits anywhere, really. Deep kingdom values, family ritual and fine craftsmanship. I'll go with a gold dwarf. Family. He liked Imoen. He liked, when he made friends, he treated them well. I would like to suggest. If he didn't like it, he was screwed, really. But got on very well with Nera, Imoen as well. Little sister and all that. Family ritual, ritual. Collecting cash is a healthy ritual, I find. Fine craftsmanship, yes, of course. Battle axes. Only the finely crafted stuff for Argo Dan, and of course, very confident. Keen intuition for preying on the weak. Yeah, very much go down there, I think. So, and dwarven toughness, of course. So there we go. So go down, could well have been a gold dwarf. Good start. Right, class. Obviously go down wasn't any of these, but we'll go through these, every class now. So we've got a barbarian. State of that. Right, how do you change it? How do you change? It's all down here, isn't it? What's all this? Oh, edit appearance. We've not even touched character creation. I don't think we're getting to the gameplay section today, actually. I don't think we're going to get to the gameplay. Barbarian. Strong embrace of wild that hides inside. Keen instincts, primal physicality, and most of all, an unbridled, unquenchable rage. Actions. Oh, rage. So these are going to be very similar to Pathfinder. I know it's 5th edition and Pathfinder is its own little unique kind of spin-off of 3.5, but there are going to be some similarities. Unarmoured defence. I'm not going to be barbarian, so it's fine. Bards, we know bards well. Sing songs. Dandelion, yes. Lindsay, who's now a book. A bit of a spoiler there, sorry. Sorry if you're playing Pathfinder there. Cut that out, we'll cut that out, it's fine. Most classes choose their subclass at level 2 or 3, so you won't see these in character creation. Okay, that's fine. So bards, music, maestro, power. Through study and adventure you have mastered song and speech. It'd be quite interesting to play as a bard. I'd have to flex my vocal cords. Oh, hello there, my name is Ferenzi. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why I'm in this profession, because I can't sing. But anyway, there we go. I'm more of a poet, actually. I could craft poems between sessions. Bard. I toyed with the idea of... I have toyed with the idea of a bard in the past. But yes, we get a few cantrips. Obviously get a few spells. Some of these we will probably have seen before from Pathfinder. Of course, spells change in editions, so there will be some new ones. Bardic Inspiration was in Pathfinder. So that's your bard, music singer, a bit of a support character. There's your proficiencies with your bard. You get spells. We're not looking into too much detail here, but you know, it's just a quick run through. Clerics, you're kind of your healery, clubby type things. Never been keen on them, but I can't play the same class. I don't think I'm playing a bard. Maybe not. You never know, though. Right, okay, so cleric, you know, heal, do the smiting, probably, you know, kind of a bit of a battle healer. Divine magic. You've got your druids. Elemental focus. Good old Jahira. Masters of wild shape. Allows them to transform into beasts as well. Ooh. Transforming into beasts could be fun. I'm going to leave that for Pathfinder, because Pathfinder I'm very torn between rangery type and druidy type. But that's for down the line, so I might veer away from that here, because I might have plans for Pathfinder there. But anyway, druid, yes, interesting. Fighter, we've had fighter. We're going to not do that again, but you know, slashy, hacky. Monk. Fight with fists. Person of contemplation. Calm. Must be calm. Calm under pressure. I don't know. Dodging foes. Stunning strikes with the whirlwind of martial art attacks. Okay, paladin, holy warrior, righteousness, and all that kind of too much. Too goody two shoes for my liking. Ranger. Scouts, trackers, hunting their favourite place. Do they get an animal companion? Get a familiar. Do they get an animal companion though? I don't know. It doesn't say here, does it? Might do. They've got to do. Come on. What kind of ranger doesn't get? I think Dawn. Wasn't Dawn an evil type of paladin? He was a blackguard, if I recall correctly, which was an evil paladin. Which is very true, if he wants to go evil. Rogue, we've had rogue with Elquist, we know rogues. Sneaky, stabby, steely, you know, that kind of jazz. Sorcerer. poor man's spellcaster, I like to call them, as a wizard lover myself. You know, the one that casts spells ad hoc and doesn't learn them kind of thing. You know, draws on charisma rather than intelligence. You know, the gift of the gab. Yeah, that type of flipping spellcaster. Yeah, you can get stuffed, you sorcerer types. Warlocks. Now, I haven't come across many warlocks, to be fair, other than in World of Warcraft. So I'm not massively au fait with them, which would be quite interesting to be one, I suppose. But we'll see. Like coming home from a long trip. You just want to put your feet up on your desk and put YouTube on and sit in your chair, and when you get into that position, you know you can relax. That is wizard to me. I see wizard and it's like, oh, let me just click proceed now, shall I? No. Yes, so wizard, the proper spellcaster, learns their art, reads books, memorizes, learns them from scrolls. Yes. Generalist wizard too. None of this specialization nonsense. Jack of all trades. I just learn every spell. That kind of wizard, yes. Where's magic missile? Can't leave home without it. Where is it? Why don't I have it? Oh, it's there! Oh, I was about to have a heart attack. What kind of wizard doesn't have magic missile, for God's sake? Check some subclasses for the classes you can see them with. What subclasses? Was there subclasses? Oh, there were subclasses! Oh, for God's sake. I didn't notice that. Starting instrument. Oh my God. Okay, so there's more to these. Oh, there's more to these classes than meets the eye. Right. Is the background the same for all of them? Yes, the backgrounds are the same. So barbarians get nothing else. Bards can pick a starting instrument. A hand drum. What? I'm off to football in half an hour. Flute, lute, lyre, and violin. So this is very much like Divinity Original Sin 2, where you've got a certain instrument, the kind of soundtrack changes to that kind of instrument. Very cool. So you can choose your starting instrument. Right, so we've got class bard there. So cleric, you've got subclass, life domain. Oh, this is picking your domain. So you can pick a different domain for your cleric, and you get different spells and different features based on your domain. The character will play the instrument in the game. Oh, cool. Sit by the campfire, strumming your lute. Oh, I'm liking the sound of a bard more and more here, providing light entertainment for the party around the campfire. I think we get campfire moments, because I saw it in one of the videos that I watched, only briefly, but there was a campfire scene, and they were sat around the campfire having a chat, and any game like that always takes me back to Dragon Age Origins, because I used to love those campfire scenes. When you were between missions, you were sat at the campfire, and you could chat with all your companions and have a natter and just have a bit of a deconstruct the day. It was really cool, and I think I'm sure I saw campfire type situations with your companions in this game, so that'll be quite fun. You can play songs and people with instruments can jump and join in. No. Oh. Hey, this bloody bad nonsense is sounding more and more viable. You can pick your deity as a cleric. So your clerics, you get domains, you get deities. You can customize this cleric to be, exactly as you want. Garl Glittergold guide there. What was it? Who was the guy that said that? It was the little gnome guy. The little gnome guy. What was the gnome guy called? Jan Jansen. That was him. He worshipped glitter gold. Ogma, Mistra, Ilmata, Helm. All the gods. Lathander. Yes. We know them all well. Glitter gold guy. I thought it was. Yeah, he was, wasn't it? Yeah. Jan Jansen. It's good to be back in Faerun, I tell you. And these are only the war. Yeah, I'm going to say, where's all other gods that Cyric? Well, Cyric was more of a fall. He actually became a god. He was a human. I think he ascended to godhood, didn't he, Cyric? I don't know. I'm not very good with 5th edition, so things could have changed. I'm still basing my knowledge of D&D from 3.5, really. Things have probably changed. Gods have probably gone and been and gone. The lore has changed probably somewhat over the years since I last delved into Faerun quite so heavily. But yeah, other gods. What were the other gods? I can remember off the top of my head. Umberly. Umberly was a god. The Temple of Umberly. She's not here. Evil cow. Anyway, blasphemy. Right, anyway, where were we? Were we looking at races? No, we were looking at classes, subclasses. So Druid class. No subclasses for Druids. Prepared spells. You can pick spells there, of course. You can pick your ability scores there too. I'm just conscious of the time. I kind of want to get to the end of character creation at least. If not, we're getting a gameplay. Probably not now, but where are we? Classes. Sorry, fighting classes. Fighting style. Adopt a particular style of fighting as your specialty. Archery, defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, 2-weapon fighting, protection. Okay. Monk, no backgrounds. Paladin, Oath of the Ancients, fight on the side of light, Oath of Devotion, Knight in Shining Armour, Oath of Vengeance. You set aside even your own purity to right wrongs and deliver justice to those who have omitted the most grievous sins. Okay. Rangers. So like in Pathfinder, you can pick a favoured enemy to get a bonus against that enemy. Is that how it works? Okay. No, actually, it doesn't work like that. It works slightly differently. You get different... You still get all the same stuff there. Okay, you get different things there. Natural Explorer, Beast Tamer, Urban Tracker, Wasteland Wanderer, Cold. Spent Interstate Surviving. Resistant to various damages. Urban Tracker there gives you proficiency in Sleight of Hand. And Beast Tamer is fine, familiar. Okay, Ranger. There's your Rogue, no subclass. Sorcerer, pick cantrips, pick spells. Wild Magic. Ooh. Bit of near action. Draconic Bloodline. You can pick your Dragon Ancestor at that point. That's quite in depth, isn't it? Storm Sorcery, which is... Okay, crackling with the energy of ancient deluges or pierced by gales and hurricanes. So subclass Tempestuous Magic. You can fly. What? Fly? Can't bloody fly, surely. Warlocks. Subclasses, the Fiend. Warlocks in service to fiends work towards corrupting, destructive ends, intentionally or otherwise, and receive hellish blessings in turn. The Great Old One. Bound to eldritch beings in the far realm, work towards inscrutable goals, gaining strange powers, and the Archfey. Okay. Class and Wizard. Prepared spells, known spells, cantrips. Oh, we know them well. Right, we're going to be a Gold Dwarf. We're going to be a Gold Dwarf fighter, because we're now creating Godan in our last 20 minutes. And hopefully, well, if we can do it in 15, we can maybe get the intro gameplay done. So, fighters have mastered the art of combat, wielding weapons with unmatched skill, and wearing armour like a second skin. Second wind, class action. Draw on your stamina to heal yourself. It's a bonus action. Okay. You have to remember all of these now. This is going to be complicated. But it's turn-based, so we can take our time until we get used to them. Right, we don't have any special races. We have a fighting style. We're going to go with protection, because he was a dwarven defender, wasn't he? So he was a dwarven defender, so we could go with defence, but I say protection. When you have a shield, impose disadvantage on an attack against your allies when you are within 1.5 metres. You must be able to see the attacker. So protection we'll go with for that one. So this is go down we're creating here. Background. So we haven't seen the backgrounds yet. So charlatan. So acolyte. Spent your life in service to a temple. Learning sacred rites and providing sacrifices to the gods, or the gods you worship. Serving gods and discovering their sacred... very dull. Charlatan. An expert in manipulation. Prone to exaggeration and more than happy to profit from it. Bending the truth and turning allies against each other will lead to greater success down the road. A criminal. Deception. So this just basically gives you your skills. Criminal enterprises. Bit of a nasty person. So you got entertainer, acrobatics and performance there. Okay. Live to sway and subvert your audience. Yes. A folk hero, champion of the common people. Challenging tyrants and monsters to protect the helpless. Saving innocents and imminent danger will make your legend grow. A guild artisan. Your skill in a particular craft has earned you membership in a mercantile guild. Insight and persuasion. Noble. A family among the social elite. An outlander. Grew up in the wilds. I'm covering my stats score. I should probably have moved my camera, to be honest with you, to the left of the stat. We're not seeing the stats. It's just an overview. Unusual hazards of the wild. My cursor's now locked, you see. Athletics and survival. So an outlander. Survive far from the comforts. Your background also affects your dialogue options and gives you benefits. I recommend you read on all the subclasses which are not available on character creation. So there's more that are not available on character creation. Sage. You are curious and well-read with an unending thirst for knowledge. Learning about the rare law of the world will inspire you to put this knowledge to great purpose. A soldier, trained in the battlefield tactics and combat. And we've served in the militia. And an urchin. Okay, so go dance back. Oh, level 3. Ah, so that's why we can't see them here. Okay. Well, I mean, ultimately, I don't want to do too much reading, you see. Be death by reading here. But I shall pick my class based on whatever I feel, and then obviously if there are any subclasses for that class, I'll read up on those rather than reading every single subclass. So I think, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think soldier. It's not quite so accurate, but he did train at Candlekeep. He did train as part of the guard, captain of the guard. Hull giving him his first kind of training lessons and all that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously it was a library he learnt in, but he doesn't like reading, so we'll go with soldier as the background, and then the ability scores. Oh, what's this ticky thing? What does this do? Ticky. Why have we got 2 tickies here? Assign +2 bonus and a +1 bonus. What's that about? This must be to do with our... Is this to do with our class? Your proficiency bonus is added to ability checks and saving throws against skill you are proficient in, making them more likely to succeed. Also added to attack rolls when attacking with weapons you are proficient with, increasing your attack skill proficiencies. So we've got a +2 proficiency bonus. No, this is different bonus. This is not a proficiency bonus. This is a bonus to your actual stats. Why are we getting bonuses? Does anybody know? Choices pending. Right, I want to take everything off. I like to start from the scratch here. You can basically put +2 bonus points for your primary ability and +1 for your secondary ability. Okay. Little boost. So our main is strength. You can just choose. So we all get a choose. So you can just choose it willy-nilly. I see, okay. So go down. Strength. 15 is a max. +2 to that, thank you very much. 17 strength, perfect. Dexterity. Is it the Dwarven Defender? Did we have dexterity like 13 or 14? What would be a secondary stat? Con or dex, probably. Dex. Agility, reflexes and balance. Affects your effectiveness with ranged and finesse weapons. Also affects your initiative and armor class. Good for armor class. Constitution. Stamina and physical endurance. Affects your hit point maximum. It doesn't matter, we're not playing with this character. I often treat this like I'm actually going to go forward and play. Intelligence 10, not 8. Wisdom 10. Charisma, no. Struggling there. Wisdom, intelligence. I'd even go intelligence 9. -1 to intelligence checks. He wasn't stupid, but we have to spread these stats out. 13, 14. I think we'll take con for now, rather than dex. More of a hardy warrior than a kind of a nimble warrior. I think is probably better. He's a Dwarven Defender. He's like a wall. I don't need to dance. I just need to stand here. Intelligence 9 is fine. Wisdom 10 is fine. Charisma, he talks a little bit. Not much. Talks with his axes where necessary. Right, that seems good. Skill proficiencies. What's that? You may customize your skill proficiencies in the list below. If you are proficient in a skill, you add a bonus to these skill checks, making you more likely to succeed. So we can only pick certain proficiencies based on background and stuff, I think. I'm assuming. Take them off for now. We can pick 2 out of the ones that are highlighted. So, obviously, acrobatics. Keep your balance. Land on your feet. History. Remember the past. Animal handling. Insight. Read people and situation. Detect lies. Yes, that seems quite useful, actually. Perception. Spot hidden detail. Survival. Stay alive in the wilds. No, I think acrobatics and insight. Quite like that. Athletics is good. Right, okay. Is that it then? Is that it for the actual stats? So we've got 17, so you can't see it because I'm covering it, but we've got 17 strength, 12 dex, 15 con, 9 intelligence, 10 wisdom, 12 charisma. Animal handling? Where does it say that? Influence animals. Pet all of the dogs. Nice. Nice. Okay, so we're a level 1 Gold Dwarf fighter. We have simple weapon proficiency, martial weapon proficiency, battle axes, hand axes, light armors, warhammers. We've got light armor, medium, heavy, and shields. Athletics, acrobatics, insight, and intimidation. Perfect. Body type 1 or body type 2? Body type 2 is male. Right, that's okay. There we go. That's very good. Randomize appearance. No. Let's go to edit appearance. Now, we're not going to spend a long time in here because we've got like 10 minutes. So, there you go. You get a nice zoomed in version of the face here, don't you? Bloody hell, every flipping wrinkle. Every wrinkle. Can anybody remember what Godan used to look like? Struggling here. Voice. Let's do the voice first.
Where to next?
No. No.
What was that?
No.
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
No.
Hells.
Be wary.
It's opened.
More of those wretched things.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed.
Where to next?
Oh. Oh no. Voice is no good. Oh no. None for an orc either. Oh dear.
What was that?
Let's hope the locals are friendly.
Hells.
Be wary.
It's opened.
More of those wretched things.
It's probably the most brusque of them all. Right, head 1, head 2, head 3, head 4, head 5. I'll go with head 3. He's aged a bit since we last saw him. Right. Let's see if we can create an older Godan. You know, great skin colour. Do you have a ruddy face? He wasn't that dark, was he? Only I had my mug for reference to recreate from the thumbnail. You know, from the character portrait. I can't remember his complexion very well. It's been a while. Old people tend to go a bit ruddy, don't they? With the old age, a bit of, you know, the broken blood vessels and all that. A ruddyish face. About like that. That'll do. All skin colours. Oh, even non-dwarven ones. We can go with. Do you want to go a bit of a chilly tone? It's been out in the sun a bit long. We'll go there. Which was it? Was it that one? That one. A bit ruddy. How do we get rid of that? There we go. Scarring. We don't want any scars. Do we want any scars? Maybe he got scarred at some point in his life that we forgot about. Completely bloodened. Let's give him a battle scar. He obtained this scar. I did make him in CK3 as well, but it means I'd have to tab out and mess around. If I was going to create him properly, then I would obviously do that. But yeah, he's got a scar down his eye. How did that happen? I fell down some steps. He slipped on all the gold coins in the bath. His face sliced on the shower rail. Yeah. Maturity. This is a young version? I'd like to see the old version. What's maturity got to do with anything? It's not changing much, is it? Freckle quantity. Freckle intensity? Vitiligo pigmentation? Oh, how cool! That's cool. Genitals default. Penis B. Do we dare? I dared. Oh my god. Penis B? Or penis C? Or penis D? Or a vulva? Oh my heavens. Right, I don't... Penis C, it sounds good. How about... Oh, you can hide the clothes to C. Said, I don't think we should. It's not after 9 o'clock yet. It's not after the watershed yet. Oh my god. Right, penis C. Whatever penis C looks like, that's what we're going with. Oh boy. Oh, of course we're all gonna go off camera and look at the different penises, aren't we? And the different vulvas that we can choose, because it's an important decision. It's got to fit the bill. Go down, you know. You got a big penis. Go down. Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Thank you. Okay. Right, is that it? No, that's just the general. You've got body art. Holy flipping cow! You've got tattoos, facial tattoos. There you go. I'm not going to pick any. He's not got a tattoo, I'm afraid. Eyes, we can pick eyes. Heterochromia. Oh yeah, 2 different eyes. That's quite cool. What colour eyes did he have? Blue eyes? Blue eyes. I don't know what eyes he has. Dark eyes. His beady brown eyes. Dark brown eyes. That'll do. The beady eyes of a man that's going to rob you of your worldly possessions. Makeup. We've got different eye makeup. We've got red lipstick tint if you want a bit of lipstick on. Hair. Right, this hair's not working. This is not very dwarven hair for me. What? Did Godan have long hair? No, Godan had short hair. I'm sure he had like short hair. Or did he have like hairy hair? Black hair. Did he have black hair? We look a bit grey. I think it's because we're an older dwarf. Although I don't know. Black neutral hair. Portrait had long hair. Okay, let's just go with a long hairstyle here. Some description. That is not the hairstyle for you, pal. That is not the hairstyle for you. This could be Godan letting the hair hang out, because he can't be bothered to tie it in bunches anymore. Godan's got a bit lazy in his old age. Oh, there's quite a good choice of hair. How you doing? My name's Goddamn Firehammer. Like my locks? That's quite... I like that. I like that. That's quite cool. I can work with that. That in grey. Perfect. Where's my grey hair? Give me grey, not white. Grey hair. This is an aged Godan. Godan is like almost 200 years old. He will still be alive. He could still be alive because dwarves live, not as long as elves, but dwarves do live. 'Cause I googled it when I was thinking about creating Godan again. They do live to over 200 years. So, you know, he's still potential that he's alive, unless the game has killed him off. In the canon, of course. But anyway, if he was still alive, he'd be old right now, and that hairstyle is pretty kick-ass. I quite like that. Beard would be next, I think. Highlight. Taupe highlights in his hair. If you were to increase the intensity, of course, we'd have taupe highlights in our hair. We don't want any highlights in our hair, thank you. Maybe black. Grey-black highlights. Kind of, you know, still maybe clinging on to the last vestiges of youth. Maybe has a few dark black highlights still left poking through. I don't know. Nah, just keep it grey for simplicity. Greying. Okay, greying. Well, we've got grey hair. That's quite a lot of detail in the character creation. For all you character creation people that love this kind of stuff, the level of detail is noticeable, isn't it? I don't know if I can get rid of these freckles, but I think it's quite cool that he's got a freckle or two, a mole or two. Quite like that, actually. Where are we? Hair. Facial hair. Right. Not as many beards. Let's have a look at beards. Well, there's only a few beards that suit dwarves, and some of these are not them. Why does his face look a bit squashed? Right, so you got this beard's quite nice. Beard. I quite like that beard, I gotta say. I quite like that beard. I kind of feel like my go down here is just letting it all hang out. I'm 200 years old. I can't be asked. Plaiting beards, hair, I can't be bothered. Hair, let it go. Beard, let it go. Scar across eye. I don't want to be too presumptuous here, but I mean, flipping, I could dive right in and play the campaign with this guy. I'm telling you, look at this, look at him. He looks cool. I'm really liking him. So there you go. There's facial hair. I think that's it. Is that it? Character creation done? Are we missing anything from character creation, folks? We've done the skin tone. We've done the hair. We've done the. You can't change the shape of your nose, the shape of your mouth, anything like that. It looks like, unless. That's edit character. That's edit appearance. Is there no way to change shape of nose, angle of eye, poutiness of lip, or is it just this? Isn't it time for football? Yeah, I don't have to set off until like 25 to really. I should probably go now. Yeah, when does it start? I guess it's just what face you choose. Yeah, probably. To be fair, when it comes to sliders of noses and eyes and stuff, I've never been one to be too picky with that, because generally when you get the kind of face like this is most of the face that you think, oh, that's a good face. And then you think, well, I'm tweaking a nose, for what purpose, really? Who am I trying to impress with this nose? The only time that kind of detail I find for me comes in handy is when you're trying to recreate a character exactly as another one, or trying to create a character like a real life character. So that's when I think I tend to do that. But dwarven nose, very solid dwarf nose. Anyway, everybody, say, where can we make the name? Randomize appearance. No name here. There must be a second screen, unless we can't name our character, which would seem strange. But anyway, let's see. Hit proceed and see what happens. Aha! Tav. Pretty dwarven name. Go down. We've got 1 initiative and we've got 13 hit points. We've got second wind. We've got a sword. We need an axe ASAP if we were playing. Look at the size of his fists. We need a guardian. What the hell's this? What is this nonsense? Why do I need a guardian? I'm Godan. So who is the guy? Is this class related? I am going to proceed. But what is this? Is this class related, or is this your main character related? Will the game explain why we need a guardian? Story relevant. Okay. How relevant? Because it would. I'm just asking for, when I create my character for real, how much attention should I put into this? Nobody knows at this point. You need a guardian. Interesting. I want to know what part this guardian plays, because I want to create a guardian that's suitable. It's spoilers. Oh, it didn't come up here. Oh, right. Okay, so we'll just create one. I might just do a completely randomized appearance. But if we're going to go with it, let's just pretend that Godan's guardian is, I don't know, who else was in the party that would still be alive at the same time as Godan? I have no idea. No idea. Let's go human. Human. He's got an affinity for human characters after good old Nera and Imowen, both human. You know, little sister, first proper lover, you know, kind of likes humans. Alright, let's go. It's a bit late for this now. I should really be getting ready. This could be like 10 minutes of cutscene, which is going to serve no purpose. I should probably have ended the stream right there, to be honest with you. I can't help myself. I could start getting ready for football whilst you're watching this, but it's going to require me to get changed, and I've got no underwear on at the moment. You're going to see on the I cut the camera off. Penis B or penis C, you ask? Well, I don't know. I didn't see them. Okay, so we've all probably seen this if you watched that kind of introduction video that came out. Because I remember seeing the intro. This was the intro that came as well. This was probably one. I think this might have been the first trailer. This scene. Right, folks. I have hit continue, but if I don't move now, I will be late for football, and that's not good. People getting turned to ash. Oh, they're not being turned to ash. They're being teleported. It's fine. It's fine. Being turned to ash would be hellacious. Or would it be more hellacious than being captured? Because if they torture you, it's probably better to be dead, to be honest. Oh, I remember this bit as well. The flying beasts. Dragons. Okay, I'm going to let you watch once I get changed for football. And I'll run back. Ooh. Bear with me, folks. I'm going to get rid of my camera. And then I'm going to come back. I'm just going to let you watch it because it's on now, so I might as well let you watch it. And I'll get changed quickly. So bear with me. Okay, folks, I'm back. Let me just quickly put my webcam back on. I'm changed now, so I can afford to take the next 4 minutes. Oh, dear me, I've rushed around a bit there, but hey. Okay, so we have our character. We have a bit of screen movement. We've got edge scrolling. It's a bit fast. I might have to turn that down if we're going to continue with edge scrolling. But look at our little portrait. Look at him, the aged Godan. If only it could be real. It'd be good to return with him, wouldn't it? Well, I think so. Now, it seems to me that in this... Remember Divinity? There was one problem I found with... Oh, I can't even see the chat. Apologies. Wait a minute. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? There you go. There was one problem with Divinity that I found, and it's a small criticism. Is that when you zoomed in, you didn't get this kind of flattish view, so you could see the scenery very well. There was a mod to change that, but it didn't work too well because the game wasn't designed for certain camera angles. Whereas this seems to go a bit flatter, so that you get much more of a kind of behind the character view if you want it, rather than the kind of a 45-degree angle. So that's really nice. I know obviously it's a different game, isn't it? But that was one of my bugbears with Divinity. And I don't know what happened here because I was getting changed for football, but apparently we've been released from our cocoon. We may still have a thing somewhere in our body that went in through our eye. But here we go. We have a hotbar of some description, ×2. We've got sort of different icons. Obviously, I've got time to explore, but I just wanted to
Step forward.
I just wanted to move around the Godan, just for a little, even if it's for 2 minutes. Sorting options. I've got a topaz. Why can't I take it? I was clicking on it. Oh, I have to double click it, do I?
Dead. Good.
Where's my inventory? There it is. The basis of any RPG. The inventory screen. Look at that. We do have carry capacity. I like that. I like carry capacity. I don't like unlimited. It's handy to have unlimited, but we want some semblance of decision making. Do we drop it? Do we not? We can't carry it. Wonder how it will work with the party system. Is it spread out across the party? We'll find out. Armor class, all that kind of good stuff here, and detailed view of all the attributes. Okay, obviously I will look into this in more detail. I kind of want to look into all this stuff off camera so that when I start the series I'm not doing this at the start and it's very slow. I want to be up to speed with the game mechanics, if you will, not go too far into the story, but that's why I want to play a little bit before I start playing on Monday, so that I can at least have some of these basics down. I know what I'm clicking, I know where I'm going, I know where things are, etc, etc. Whereas now I haven't got a flipping clue, just lots of screens to learn. Oh, very good, very good. More strength, you can carry more. Yes, that would be it. Indeed it would. And with our massive strength 18, was it 18, 17, that's going to be helpful. Restoration. Are we injured? No. What does that do?
Odd. I feel better.
It restores you. Who would have figured that out? And of course the trusty tab key is not highlighting anything. Was it the shift key? No, shift. I haven't looked at the hotkeys. I'll have to look at the hotkeys too, because I want. Where's the inspect key? Was it Alt last time? What was the inspect key in Original Sin? I changed it to tab because it wasn't originally tab. Mind Flayer pods.
Someone else got out.
People have got out.
Might be other survivors.
Oh, other survivors, you say?
We might still be stuck inside if we hadn't been attacked.
Okay, so I am seeing a first mod here. I'm seeing a first mod. I'm sure people will be on it like a rash. There's probably many first mods that people see, but my first mod, we need some dwarven voices. Well, we don't if you're not going to be a dwarf, do we? But the voice selection isn't grand. We need some orcish voices. We need some dwarven voices.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now
Voice
writhing
pack,
behind
yeah.
your eye.
The narrator. Somebody mentioned that the narrator was a famous person, an actress. Who was the narrator? Remind me. I seem to remember. I seem to remember the narrator was somebody famous. She sounds like she's from Divinity Original Sin, actually. She sounds like, what was she called? Nerissa from Pathfinder. That's it, Pathfinder. Pathfinder. That's why she sounds familiar. Yeah, you're right, it is. It's Nerissa. Reach toward the pool, because we're stupid. Look at his face. Did it blow me up? Did I? No, I blew something up. It's Nerissa. But who is the voice actress for Nerissa then? Because I'm sure when I watched this little intro bit when it first came out, and I only watched to this bit because I didn't want to watch anything else. I was like, oh, the spoilers, no. So I'm sure in one of the comments it said that the narrator was such and such. Maybe I'm misremembering. Anyway, I think I would love to go outside. I would love to go outside, but I can't. I've got to go for a quick wee and then go to football. And if I don't go now, I'm going to be late. So, folks, I hope you've enjoyed that. Obviously, just character creation, setting the game up, having a bit of a look, having a bit of a play. We managed to create Go Down, so that was quite cool. So, you know, obviously, quite a few of you have got the game yourselves. Go forth now. Thank you for joining me for this couple of hours, but go forth now and play yourselves. Enjoy, because I'm going to be turning to you on Monday when I start playing for the first time, and you're going to have to teach me things. And that's one of the benefits of streaming. I love to see, it's not spoilers, but when people help out with things, and you know, I'll be asking you, what does this do and what does that do? So you go forth and play for a good, over the weekend, enjoy this. I'm sure it's going to be a fantastic game. And then we shall start our grand adventures with a character who will be created by me on Sunday, not on Saturday. I was joking when I said I was going to create my character when I'm drunk. I'm going to obviously give my character some thought and proper attention. So Sunday is my character creation day, and we'll commence on Monday with the festivities of Baldur's Gate 3. I might even have to have a rum or two to celebrate the start of our journey. But anyway, go forth, enjoy, have a good rest of the day, have a good weekend. I'm going to be it's going to be quite difficult for me to get videos up because I'm quite busy now with Winter People, and I'm going out for bottomless brunch on Saturday and Sunday. I didn't tell you this, but on Sunday I'm cleaning out my drains because my drains are backed up to the driveway. The external drain is clogged. Literally, if you think that is the depth of the drain, it's probably about that deep. It's probably 3/4 full with sewage. It's blocked, it's backed up, it's all the kitchen and all the bathroom and all the pipes in the house are getting clogged because the drain is blocked at the junction. I'm going to have to get in there with a hose pipe and some drain rods on Sunday and literally blast the gunk away and clear the drains. And after I've done that Sunday morning, I'm going to reward myself with this character creation. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be difficult for me to get videos up because I've got a lot to do this weekend. So I'll see what I can do. But if not, the next time you'll see me will be Monday evening for the proper start of this. Have a good one, folks, and until next time, I shall see you soon.